Okay, Andy. Good morning, everyone. So, online students, can you hear my voice? Say yes or no to me once. So, the last class I introduced vector. Anyway, let me repeat what is happening there here. So, collection categorized into three types for us. One is list, one is queue, one is set. List means index is available. Index is available and can accommodate duplicate elements. That is a major nature of your list. So list trying to replace your array. Wherever you want to use array, that can be replaced with the list. This list also available in three ways to you. One is array list, one is linked list, one is vector. Three ways are available. Array list, where the elements are in sequence, non-synchronized class. Drawback. Whenever we add one element by index value, the elements are moved backward. Whenever we remove one element by index value, the elements will be moving forward. When we repeat more number of add remove operations, the elements will be moving backward and forward. In the process of reallocating the elements forward and backward, some execution time will be wasted. Some execution time will be wasted and performance will be degraded. That is the information about array list. As a real-time application point of view, array list must be used in the applications. Array list must be used in the applications where we have less number of add remove operations. Wherever the less number of add remove operations are there we have to take array list. That's a theoretical. Now array list must be replaced with linked list. The drawback of array list is degrading the performance whenever we add it and when remove it. This can be replaced by the linked list. Linked list where the elements are in non-sequence, scattered form. Advantage. Whenever we add one element, existing elements are not disturbed. Whenever we remove one element, existing elements are not disturbed. Because of this reason, performance will be very high for the applications where we have more number of add and remove operations. Totally basic information. The element in the array list is available in the form of node. Node has three parts: holding previous node address, next node address, and data part. That is a theoretical information, you had it. What are the programs you constructed using array list? You can run with the linked list, answer will come. That indicates all the methods of array list can be used by the linked list. Again, the special program available on the linked list with the combination of DQ. That's the information I delivered to you. The drawback, we cannot say drawback. Array list and linked list comes under non-synchronized classes. So definitely we want one synchronized class. The other given two components as synchronized. One is vector, one is stack. Starting versions, these two are ad hoc classes. There is no link between them. Later on, because of framework, they interlinked this and made vector parent and stack as a child. We made it. So vector and stack. Now we are concentrating on vector. So vector organizes elements in sequence, but it is synchronized class. Previous two are non-synchronized and this is synchronized. Vector is also known as a legacy class, available from many versions. It has its unique identity in your collection framework. We call it as a legacy class. These are some important methods related to vector. That's a theoretical. All of it clear? Right. Today's class, vector has how many constructors? I want to know, sir. Make a statement. Write it. The following are the following are some important constructors from vector. The following are some important constructors from vector. Important constructors from vector. So let us copy the structures here once. I am opening the vector. So vector has three methods. Can you see here? Vector, 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 and vector. So almost four constructors are available. Right. Write this four vector constructors. You have to write it. Right. These are the four vector constructors you had it. One small example program. Right. So these are some special methods related to vector. You had it. Some element at first element, last element, and so on. Okay, right. So demo list 7. Demo list 7 we are taking related to vector. Now I am taking one vector here. vector is holding some integer objects. Import java.util new vector of integer. I had it. I am running one for loop here. Int I is equal to 11, I less than or equal to 20, I plus plus. I am running one loop. This is end of loop, you had it. I am adding for vector ob1 dot here, add element, one method will be there. Add element, new integer of I. I'm adding the element. Like this, I'm adding 10 elements I'm adding. So before that, system.out.println vector object is created with one default capacity. You can see that capacity. In your array list and linked list, you cannot see the capacity, you can see only size. But in vector, you can see the capacity directly. The reason ob1 dot capacity method is available. Now system.out.println size, size of vector anyway. So size is equal to, if not size of vector, ob1 dot size. After adding the elements here, I am using a method, add element method. After add element method, I used add element method. I am displaying the elements in the object. Elements in ob1. ob1 dot toString. I am displaying the capacity. See there. What is the default capacity here? 10. What is the initial size here now? 0. Means it created with 0. I added the elements. How many elements I added now? 10 elements I added. After adding these 10 elements, what is the size here now? 10. Capacity 10. It has been filled now. So I am going to add one more element extra where place is not available, like your string buffer. Okay, right. So there are some options available to me. You can add first, insert element is there. Let us do that. Insert element means you can insert one element by one index value. You can insert it. So I am using one method known as insert element. I am using. So system.out.println. So insert element at, you pass the element and followed by index. Here ob1 dot insert element at new integer of 500 is the element. I am inserting at index 2 means one element I inserted. After inserting one element, I am displaying the elements, I am displaying the capacity also. Actually, place not there. Right? Okay. Run it. What is the capacity here now? Have you observed this now? 11 is the size. What is the capacity now? 20. it double the capacity or not now? Actually, for array list is different, no? For vector, it is doubling the capacity. What is the initial default capacity now? 10. Whenever we keep on adding the data, it doubles the capacity. Remember, in vector, it doubles the capacity. Anyway, insert element 8 we have been used. Sir, I want to display first element and last element. See there. I want to display first element, last element. I am using first element and last element I am using. So system.out.println. I am using a method known as first element, last element. First element, last element. So system.out.println FIRST. First element I am displaying. OB1 dot first element. So system.out.println. This is last element. OB1 dot last element. You had it. So we are displaying the first element and last element. First element is 11, last element is 20. So we had two methods known as first element, last element. Even set element also available here. Set element also available here. These methods I am using, the similar methods you had in your array list also, but even then I am trying. The reason, vector is very popular. In many locations, vector will be very, very, very popular. I am using set element I am using. Set element. Set means always replace. Set element and pass the index. Now, OB1 dot set element. The element is some new integer of some 900. Set the element by 3. 3 is replaced. That's my intention. Display the data after setting. Here 0, 1, 2, 3. 13 replaced with 100, 900, no? Right. So hope you understood these specific methods. Okay, right. Remaining you will understand. Remove element you can understand, no? Right. Remove all elements you can understand. Okay, right. These are the basic methods. One more method available in the vector known as elements. One method known as elements. Can you see elements here? Elements, one method is there. This elements return type is enumeration. Return type is enumeration. Okay, right. Now, write it. Define enumeration. Introducing. Define enumeration. I'm introducing. Enumeration is an interface from java.util package and which is used to retrieve elements from. Enumeration is an interface from java.util package and which is used to retrieve elements from vector objects. Vector objects in forward direction. Vector objects in forward direction. Vector objects in forward direction. Enumeration is an interface from java.util package and which is used to retrieve elements from vector objects in forward direction. This enumeration will work only on vector. It will work only on vector. This enumeration is having some methods. The following are some important methods. The following are some important methods of enumeration. The following are some important methods of enumeration. Enumeration here. So three methods are there. As more elements, next element, and as iterator. Right. Same like as, next, next, and so on. Okay, right. Now, to create object for enumeration, we use elements method. We use elements method to create implementation object for enumeration interface. We use elements method to create implementation object for enumeration interface. Enumeration interface. Enumeration interface. This elements method signature needed. Method signature of elements. Method signature of elements. So method signature is here from vector. In vector, we had elements. Elements return type is enumeration. So we write like this: public java.util. . enumeration elements. This is your method signature. Syntax. Return type is enumeration, some class name anyway. Object dot elements dot elements. Now, this syntax I am using here. I want to display the elements based on enumeration. Enumeration object using elements method. Here, enumeration working on integer E1 is equal to OB1 dot elements. I drawn diagram for iterator, I think. SPL iterator. Now I am drawing diagram for enumeration. Iterator is there, list iterator is there, SPL iterator is there, for each is there, enumeration also there. So enumeration is the old one, very old. The first iterative statement came into your JDKs is enumeration only came. This enumeration is very popular in advance actually. In advanced Java we'll use more. See there, you can understand. Suppose if I take library of advanced Java library, I will take it. Java P Java X dot servlet dot servlet servlet config. Can you see enumeration here? But the library belongs to servlet, unit number 2 advanced. Here enumeration available. This is enumeration. Now, HTTP servlet request. Can you see map here? This is util package. Can you see enumeration here? Enumeration here. Two enumerations here. Normal servlet request. SERVLET servlet request. Enumeration you had it. Enumeration you had it. Like this, in many libraries, SERVLET servlet context. Enumeration, these are all vector objects only. Enumeration, it's very important. So you should have an idea there is one enumeration available. But enumeration will work only on vector. It will not work on array list. It will not work on linked list. Of course, it will not work on set and queue. It will work only on vector, if not stack. Enumeration is specially designed to work for vector objects only. Very popular for advanced Java. Because of this reason, we are drawing separate diagram to it. There's a reason. We are presenting that one small demo diagram we are presenting. Right. Like other objects, here also one address created here. Unlimited data anyway. I'm adding integer objects, I'm adding anyway. So 11, 12, dot. You understood the concept already. 0x2, 0x3. Here 11 is there anyway. 11 is there. 11, 12. To string. Zero x2, 0x3. So this is common diagram you had always. Our target is this one. Enumeration. Enumeration we are having. So here one enumeration object created. This enumeration object, while object creation, this vector object address is binded here. Same concept like iterator. Binded here. It has three methods. As more tokens, I think. As more elements. As more elements. Next element. As iterator. So three methods are there. As more elements. As more elements. Next element you had it. And as iterator, this is a new one actually. As iterator. Like this. All are these cursor statements. Automatically one cursor is created here. One cursor created here. So they all comes under cursors only. One cursor created here. This cursor can be moved by using as more elements method. The cursor can be moved. So this as more elements method return type is Boolean. So we are using while loop. As if like as next, same pattern. So we use while loops are here. While loop. Here, E1 dot as more elements. If it is true, take that element outside. E1 dot next element. So display that element. System dot out dot print EL and space. So we are retrieving the data based on enumeration. All of you understood, right? You know iterator. You must use iterator only, generally. Any Java 8 code means you must use SPL iterator. For easiness, you must use for each, but for each, we are going to use in your streams. I'll show that concept. List iterator less used. Almost we never use it. Whenever the vector objects are there in advanced Java, we use enumeration. Means server type of codings are there. We must know enumeration. That's right. So enumeration also same kind of syntax, same kind of visual also. Okay, right. Now, iterator working with lambda expression for each remaining method. Yes or no? Na? Your SPL iterator working with lambda expression for each remaining method. For each method, directly lambda expression. So, lambda expression is mandatory for retrieval statements. Then what about this, sir? Here also lambda expression needed, no, sir. For that purpose only, the author given this method. As iterator, linking to iterator. As iterator, linking to iterator. If it is linked to iterator, for each remaining method will come. So like this. Now, I am taking here system.out.println. Println. I am taking iterator object is coming now. Iterator object coming with as iterator method. As iterator method is creating iterator object. If I want to use as iterator method, first I must create object for enumeration first. So I must create object for enumeration. Enumeration integer some E2 is equal to OB1 dot your elements. First this line should run. When this line is executed now, this one, object created. Just now I drawn the same diagram. I'll draw here. Once again, the object created. So same object is coming. Where the object is linked with 0x1. Here three methods are coming. Same. As more elements. Next element. Here as iterator, I had it like this. Common. One cursor will come because every time one cursor created separately. Like this. But our target is not these methods. If I use these methods, I must use one for loop. I want lambda. Whenever I want lambda, using this method, create object for iterator. So create object for iterator. So the syntax is here. Iterator working on integer. It is equal to E2 dot as iterator. So we are using this syntax. E2 dot as iterator. E2 dot as iterator. Whenever I say E2 dot as iterator, here one object created. Iterator object created. This iterator object is going to hold address. Sir, which address means 0x78? this address. Have you observed this? The link is like this. This address linked here. This address linked here. 0x1 is linked to this object linked to this object. Now here the methods are there. As next method, remove method, and for each remaining method, 4 methods will be there in iterator. Java P, Java dot util dot iterator. As next, remove for each remaining. Slowly in the coming versions, these methods will go. As more elements, next element that will go. Means for while loop will go. That is a plan for next coming versions. They are releasing versions with mix up because all not updated, no, lakhs of millions of people are working on Java. It takes time to work. So suddenly they cannot remove that loop, no. They are coming with combinations, they are coming. So at one day, means it takes years. Still Java 8 features are asked by many engineers. Java 8 features came by 2014. 9 years back the version came, but still many people will ask that question to us. Means they are back by technology. 10 years back question they are asking. 10 years back means the student is back 10 years. He cannot withstand today's scenario. For that only the combinations are coming. Slowly, maybe after 10 years, that while loop will be vanished. All lambda expression will be running and direct methods will be coming. Auto generated will come, all everything. Manual writing of while loop as next, this kind of things will go. Maybe it takes much days, much years it will take. After 10 years, you will see anyway. You are entering into Java world. You are going to work almost 20 to 30 years. You are going to work it. You are going to see that while loop is going to be vanished. See, now only I am not using this. Other is saying don't use these 2 methods indirectly. No, I not updated to lambda. Use this. While loop will be there. No, I don't want to use this. As iterator, you create. Maybe in the coming versions, directly they'll give the control to enumeration. Maybe in the coming versions, they'll give control to enumeration directly. Why they not touch the enumeration means enumeration linked to library of server programming. Server programming libraries are linked to enumerations. So they not touch the enumeration. They will touch it. In the coming versions, they'll touch it. They'll modify it. At present, they given control to iterator like this. As next method, this is next method. Here remove method. Remove control is there. And our target is for each remaining method. For each remaining method is there. Our target is for each remaining, sir. Now I'll call it dot for each remaining. Now with this address locations, directly it will work on this object. Because at last it has to point here only, no? Yes or no? Na? These addresses are for referring purpose only. These addresses are for referring purpose. Just referring. You go here, you go here. At last you have to reach there only, no? At last you are pointing to here only. With for each remaining method you are pointing. So here it dot for each remaining k and lambda. 1 minute. So system dot out dot print k like this. Answer is coming? No, right idea. All of you got it right. If you want to do any conditional operations, you can do. You know that concept, no? Whenever you want to do that conditional operation, you can do. Okay, right. Hope you understood as iterator. Have you observed this? Right. As iterator method will create implementation object for iterator. The iterator object will hold the address of enumeration. That's very important point you had it. Make it FAQ. Define as iterator. As iterator method. As iterator method will create implementation object for iterator. Implementation object for iterator, and the object will hold the reference of enumeration, reference of enumeration object. That object is going to hold the address of enumeration object. It's going to hold. Right. Hope you understood enumeration, I think. Okay, right. So finally, summary of cursor statements means total completed. Iterator, list iterator, enumeration, SPL iterator. These four we call it as cursor statements in collection framework, nothing but iterative statements. So write it, write that and conclude it. FAQ. Define cursor statements. Cursor statements in Java. Cursor statements in Java. What is the meaning of cursor? Cursor means one header. It will be moving on. That's called cursor. The statements which are used to retrieve elements from collection objects. The statements which are used to retrieve elements from collection objects are known as cursor statements. Are known as cursor statements. The following are some important cursor statements. Cursor statements in Java. The following are some important cursor statements in Java. Iterator used on collection objects. It will work on all collection objects. List iterator used on list objects. Used on list objects. Enumeration used on vector objects. Vector objects. This enumeration popular for servlet library. For servlet library is popular. We only will draw the diagram there again. In your advanced Javas, vtrainers, we create one situation, we show enumeration to you. Generally, we only will create one situation, any one method we take from servlet library and we show that to you. And recently came SPL iterator. SPL iterator came. Used on array objects and collection objects. Array objects and collection objects. For each method, you must not write under cursor. It is a method. These are all our interfaces. Yes or no now? So for each method separate. That will come under separate discussion again. Now, sir, where I must use these vector objects? Wherever the multi-users applications are there, multi-threaded applications are there, we are going to use multi-user applications or multi-threaded applications. We are going to use vector generally. So the statement note. In real time, vector is used in connection pooling concept. Connection pooling concept. Underline connection pooling concept, which means organizing multiple pre-initialized database connections. In real time, vector is used in connection pooling concept, which means organizing multiple pre-initialized database connections among multiple users. Among multiple users. Among multiple users. So in the real time, what happened is some database will be there. If we take your Flipkart and Amazon's, if we take it, n number of users will be there. User 1 ... millions of users. One application is organizing this millions of users. Because of this reason, in your course curriculum, management is trying to create awareness on Amazon Web Services. They're planning to create awareness. That's the reason. Here, millions of users taken by one application, but all millions of users has to link to database. Seeing products, buying products, login, something they'll be doing. So the load is very high in the database. Load is very high. To decrease this load, We will establish multiple database connections we create. Multiple database connections we create. This is known as connection pooling. Pool means group. Connection means database connection. Multiple database connections are created. Somebody has to hold that multiple database connections. That is vector. Vector has that power. Because of this reason, you must know vector. These objects are then, each one is one object, advanced Java. One object will be connected. These all multiple lakhs of objects, this one. These lakhs of objects are available on the vector object, unlimited. Because I said first element, last, and that methods I given, that is the reason. So vector has that power. Why means vector is synchronized. If the more than one user is fighting also, deadlock will not come. Because synchronized, no. It is a synchronized component, deadlock will not come. They will organize one after the other only. So vector has its own unique identity in your behavior from collection framework. Everybody should know vector for interview. List, popular for vector, not list. Total collection is depending upon vector. Many multi-threaded, multi-user applications are available in the real time. In the background, there is a huge load on the database. Single connection not possible. You have to increase the connections. If you increase the connections, somebody has to manage and organize that. That is vector. In real time, vector is used in connection pooling concept. This concept direct syllabus part from your JDBC, Advanced Java. In Advanced Java chapter number 1, this concept directly available as a syllabus to you. Batch processing, connection pooling, transaction management, metadatas, loading image to the database. They are all JDBC only. Running normal queries, running PLSQL procedures and functions. This only syllabus. JDBC that only. JDBC syllabus is running 5 normal queries, running procedure function with Java program, transaction management, batch processing, connection pooling, metadata, loading multimedia data to database product. This is JDBC, over. Then we go for server. Server, taking the data from HTML form. HTML form means many fields are there. Checkboxes are there, radio buttons are there, text fields are there, how to collect the data, how the data is coming from the web browser to server program, where the data is available, how you are collecting the data, if I collect the data, in what form it is available, how I should organize that data, after that, how to link to your database product and load the data. This only your second unit. All of understand this only. For that, in the background, collection framework objects are going to play a role to you. You must know array list, you must know linked list, you must know vector. Vector specially used for your connection pool. All of you understood this vector form here, right? Array list is used in the applications where we have less number of add remove operations. Linked list is used in the applications where we have more number of add remove operations. Vector is used specially for connection pooling and multi-threaded applications. It's a theory. Vector has one child. What is this one now? Stack. Write it. Define stack. Stack is a child class of vector. Stack is a child class of vector and which organizes elements, based on the algorithm, first in, last out, or last in, first out. Stack is a child class of vector and which organizes elements based on the algorithm first in, last out, or last in, first out, you can say. The following are some important methods of stack. The following are some important methods of stack. The following are some important methods of stack. Now, this stack has some 5 methods are there. Java.util.stack. One is push method, one is pop, one is pink, one is empty, and one is search. Push, pop, pink, empty, and search. Right. Right. So here push method. Push method is used to add element to stack. Pop method is used to delete element from top of stack. Pick is used to display element from top of stack. Empty is used to check stack is empty or not. Search is search is used to search the element from top of stack and display the position of an element. Search is used to search the element from top of stack and display the position of an element. Example program. Now, right. So previous program, demo list 7. Here example, demo list 7 dot Java and output. And one diagram I drawn now here. I'll paste the diagram. Somewhere I'll keep this diagram what I drawn. Okay, right. For idea purpose, how as iterator worked. Right. Now go for demo stack. I'm taking. Demo stack taking. Import java not util. Scanner S is equal to new scanner of system not in try of S. End of try with resource. Now, I'll use one, stack I have to take it. Holding always integer OB equal to new stack I'll take. I'll use one while loop of true for repetition anyway. End of while. Here I am using choice. I am showing the choice. So system dot out dot println push one method means adding element. Pop one method. Peak displaying the peak element anyway. Search. search by object, and you have to stop it anyway. So exit, you can say. Now system dot out dot println, enter the choice, switch off, integer dot parseInt s dot next line. Actually next parseInt not needed because all are integers only. No, s dot next int. So end of switch. I am writing the code directly. Explanation I'll do the next class. So case 1, some break. Case 2, break. Case 3, break. Case 4, break. So system dot out dot println operations stopped. System dot exit of 0 default. So system dot out dot println invalid choice, you can say. Case 1 means adding, nothing but push. So system dot out dot println, enter the element. So you can add it directly. ob dot push new integer of s dot next int. Read from the keyboard, create object and add it. Now display it. System dot out dot println ob dot toString. Case 2 means pop. Pop means delete. Whenever you want to do delete, stack must not be empty. That is a rule. If of ob dot empty, empty, empty. If it is true, stack is empty. So system dot out dot println stack is empty. If stack is not empty, ob dot pop, directly element deleted. So system dot out dot println ob dot toString directly. This is push, this is pop. Case 3, display the peak element. Peak means topmost element. So here also stack cannot be empty. If it is empty, stack is empty. So system dot out dot println stack is empty. Stack is empty. If stack is not empty, display the peak element. System dot out dot println. So the peak means topmost element. ob dot peak. Display the remaining elements also, means all elements. ob dot toString. Search. Fourth one is search. The search method will search the element and display the position, not the index. Now, stack cannot be empty. ob.empty. So system.out.println. Here stack is empty. If stack is not empty, system.out.println, enter the element to be searched. Enter the element to be searched. So integer element you are searching. New integer of s dot next int, because you have to create object form, then you have to search it. Here one position will come. P, I am taking it as position. So ob dot search of element. If that p value is greater than or greater than 0, system.out.println, you can say element found at position some p. If not, you can say system.out.println element not found, not available. Can say. Don't worry, I'll explain again with the diagram. Just I completed my program. Right. Now run it. Choice. I'll take invalid choice anyway. Invalid choice. Push. Add some elements. Push. So I added. So this is first element. This is last element. So peak element means 11 only. 3. Peak element is 11 and 10. Sorry. Who came first now? 11. Who came last now? 10. So peak element will be 10. So topmost element is 10. Okay, right. Whenever I say pop, the 10 will be deleted. Pop. Topmost element is deleted. Have you observed this? Now you see the peak. Peak will be 19. Search. I am searching for 100. 100 not available. Element not found. Then search for 17 here. Not 17. Search for 12. Search for 12. It will give us position 4. Position 4 means like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Position not index. Because I written a point here. Search method. Here. Search method searches the element. Search the element from top of stack and display the position of an element not index. Okay, right. Anyway, this is a program you had it. 5 exit. So this program I'll paste to you. Explanation in the next class for you. Demo stack.java, and this is the output. Right, look here. Tomorrow class is there, Sunday. Okay. Class is there for you. Class not there means message will come. Class not there. So class is there tomorrow because next Sunday and Monday disturbances will come. We don't know how many days disturbances will come. We don't know. So let us move. Tomorrow class is there. Same time as usual. 2 hours class, not 3 hours class, 2 hours. Because I'm conducting morning 9, 11, I'm coming. As usual. Tomorrow as usual class. If you cannot attend, take the link and go. If anybody Sunday problem is there, take a link and go. Temporary. tomorrow, right? So tomorrow class is there for you. 2 hours as usual, normal class we are running because next Sunday onwards disturbances may come. Maybe from Saturday only disturbances may come. Before that, let me complete the collection framework very clearly. Right. Tomorrow's classes, I'll explain the stack. If I explain the stack, I can give a review on list. List is ended. List only biggest. Remaining all small things only. So list only we take much time. Okay, right. Tomorrow I'll make a review. After completing stack, I'll say where stack is used. Then I'll go for queue. Tomorrow class is there. Right. Okay. Online, offline, both. Thank you very much for today. Yeah. No, just. What is that?